Hi, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can connect to your Modal container over SSH. So here I have some training code running on Modal notebooks. And now the issue with Modal notebooks is that it's not very easy to install any CUDA frameworks like Qtile. I would have to create a function. So here I have a function, and I do some importing of CUDA tile. I also import Triton for benchmarking, and then I have to actually nest these functions in order to run this kernel because of the import errors. And so if I try to install it, Triton, there's no matching distribution on Mac. Now this code will currently run as is, and it'll use my package called gotoni to enable SSH. So if we do modal run vec add.py launch kernel, what will happen is the job will get scheduled as a container on a worker, and then our code will create two tensors, run this kernel wrapper, which does some tiling magic and converts to sums the tiles, converts to radians. And we can see, wow, this is actually a lot faster than using PyTorch without torch.compile. It is. And so using gotoni, which we've done through doing add SSH and start SSH, add SSH here, set it as the image, and then start SSH at the end, we're now able to SSH onto our container. So if I wanted to, say, open a cursor window, now I can actually view my code that I've written as a modal function on this container. So let's give it a sec. Cool, so now I'm in root. I can see, oh, vec add.py, there's my code. And here I'm connected to the modal container. And now we can refactor this to be a little bit nicer. So let's get rid of gotoni. We don't need that anymore. We don't need any of this function stuff anymore. We can move these out of this wrapper. And then we can do launch kernel. Cool. Get rid of the start SSH. Then I can do python vec add.py. Oh. Okay. Cool. Nice. So we see the same memory speed up. So if you want to use this code, I've published the package on pip. You can pip install it. You're supposed to pip install it before doing redo. So now if you wanted to use this code, I have a package on pip that you can install. So now if you want to use this code, I've linked the GitHub repository in the comments. And so there's a tutorial on how you can do this easily and keep a persistent redo again. Cool, so now we're in fourth time. Cool, so now we're SSH'd into a modal container. Now, please make sure to cancel the actual process that is running this container once you're done with it, or else you would get charged by the hour for you would get charged a lot. Now, one thing to make sure of is, since this is a persistent daemon, you need to cancel the process, as you can see, or else you will get charged a lot more than you probably should be. And now, one thing to keep in mind is, if you're running this using SSH, the container will stay alive for the duration of your terminal process. And so you have to remember to cancel the process once you're done with it. So here I've canceled it, and I'm no longer charged for my usage of the container.